If your treadle sewing machine needs a belt, stay with me to learn about some available options. I'll be demonstrating on this treadle unit, which consists of a sewing machine head mounted to a cabinet and a treadle. The most common first choice for a treadle belt is a leather belt. It's durable, and the metal hook for joining the ends makes it easy to install. They typically come in 72-inch lengths, which is more than enough to accommodate the average treadle unit. But if you're not able to get your hands on a leather belt, there are other options. In fact, anything that we have on hand works just as well, such as this plastic tubing. This 3/8-inch tubing is commonly used for aquarium pumps in North America. I like using this because it's flexible and because it's got a slightly tacky surface that grabs and turns the wheels really nicely. I've previously demonstrated how to install and use this method, so in this video I'm going to focus on how to use this third belt option. A simple nylon stocking. I really like this option because the material is stretchy and strong at the same time, and when it's attached with the right amount of tension, it stops and starts the treadle really well. You can probably use whatever old tights or stockings that you have on hand. This pair of women's tights is almost too thick, so watch that your stocking is around 3/8 inch thick when stretched. Snip the stocking at the upper thigh and also remove the toe so that when the ends are joined, the overlap is not too bulky. Now, working from the cabinet tabletop end, thread the stocking through the openings in the machine and into the cabinet. I usually secure the remaining end by tying it down or clipping it to something. Now wrap the belt around the treadle wheel. I'm not going to place it directly onto the wheel just yet, but I do want to make sure that it's traveling into the proper places. This is a very basic treadle, so it's not too complicated to figure out. But if your treadle has additional belt guides and loops like this Singer treadle unit, just be sure to pass your belt through those holes. Once I have the belt loosely traveling through the necessary areas, I'll pass it back into the cabinet and up to the machine. It looks like the length of the belt is good, but we need to fit the belt onto the treadle wheel to make sure. First, we'll tie or clip the ends together. And after the belt is stretched onto the treadle wheel, I'll wrap it around the hand wheel and fit it into the belt groove before testing it for length. Mine appears snug, but I'm sure there'll be enough stretch to fit it on once the ends are stitched together. To join the ends, I'll slip the strap off the hand wheel and overlap the ends. If yours is longer, be sure to trim the excess, as you don't want a strap that's so bulky that it slips off the wheels when you're sewing. Keep this in mind as you overlap the ends. You'll also want to be mindful of how elastic your strap is, as there should be enough give to stretch it over and onto the wheel once the ends are joined. I typically sew the ends together by hand, trimming any excess as I go along. You'll probably want to join the ends more carefully than I am showing you here, but this gives you an idea of the process that I use. Once the ends are stitched together, Fit the band onto the wheel and test it. If you're treadling and the hand wheel isn't turning, your belt may be too loose and require further shortening. I love my nylon belt. It's a little more work than other options, but it gives me really good control when starting and stopping.